Hello, hello. Welcome everyone to Setting Intentions with Meditation. We have another really special breakout session for you today. To start out super quickly, my name is Danielle. I'll be the moderator for this session. I've been involved with YSE since during the Tear to Pink with my mom 3 years ago, and I'm on the Council of Advisors. And my experience with YSE has really changed my whole career trajectory. And now I'm studying public health at Yale, focusing on breast cancer epidemiology. And now, time to introduce our amazing speaker for today. Kristen Westbrook is the founder of Calm City and co-founder of Mindset. As a longtime meditator, Kristen is an enthusiastic proponent of the practice as it helps her navigate living with metastatic breast cancer. She is a certified meditation teacher by the Nalanda Institute for Contemplative Science. So everyone, please help me enjoying Kristen Westbrook.
Hi, thank you so much, Danielle. That was lovely. I'm happy to hear about your studies. So hi, I'm Kristen. I'm super excited to be here and happy that you joined this workshop. Just a little bit about me. I remember the moment a little over 10 years ago when I opened the door to the YSC offices in downtown Manhattan to attend my first ever YSC support group. I was newly diagnosed with HER2 positive breast cancer, and I was completely freaked out. I still had bandages from my deep flap reconstruction surgery, and I could not stop crying. I just was just bawling. So there, sitting in a circle, I found a group of warm, loving, kind women that knew exactly what I was going through. And for the first time, I felt okay. I kept coming back to those meetings, and within a few months, I met a group of women that I remain friends with to this day. And we continue to love and support each other. And I'm not sure what I would have done without the YSC. But I was not only fortunate to have found the YSC, I also had the benefit of having a 10-year meditation practice. So over the years, I've learned a lot of practices and techniques to help me find my inner superpowers. While coping and living with metastatic breast cancer. So I'm excited to share some of those practices, and I hope this is going to be a fun workshop. Today we're going to practice an intention setting meditation and a few other fun exercises. So I hope you'll come away with a fresh and positive outlook and a few techniques to help you manifest your intentions. So first, I want to talk a little bit about what intentions are. And they're kind of like goals, but I like to see them as sort of broader, overarching. So intentions are a little more of like what you want to be, who you want to be, and how you want to be in the world. So they're similar to goals, but they're just about a feeling or a way of living. So when we do our meditation today, we can really focus on that feeling. So when we identify an intention, we give it attention, and we see a manifestation or a realization. And they don't have to be linear. They can be this more of an overarching, like I said. So you can ask yourself a few questions to start. So questions like, what do I desire in my life? So we're going to come up with the intention today that we want to focus on. And it'll happen through our meditation and through some of these exercises. And so you'll come away with an intention and a little bit of a way to be able to get to your goal. So what do I desire in my life? How do I see my unique self showing up in the world? What gifts do I have to give? So your intention might be something like, I desire to be more creative in my life. I desire to be more active and find joy. I prefer to use the word desire as opposed to want, because want generally suggests that there's something missing, that there's kind of leaves us feeling with a feeling of lack or need. So desire sort of stresses the strength and feeling, and it implies a strong intention or aim. So you may have an intention in mind already, and that's great. So just keep it in mind, but also be open to discovering something new. So our first practice to help us kind of hone in on what our intention is going to be, we're going to use the life wheel. Many of you may have experienced using the life wheel. I think it's a great exercise to use when you're, it's a great exercise to use to see if you can find balance in your life. It gives you sort of a bird's eye view of where your life is and what's happening in your life. So if you're on the phone and you can't see the slide, I'm going to read off the different sectors. So in this life wheel, we break our lives down into 8 different sectors: community and contribution, purpose and career, health, relationships and love, fun and recreation, family, and personal growth and financial. So if you have a piece of paper or journal in front of you, you can draw the circle and make the pies and sort of write on the sides which each pie is representing, each piece of the pie is representing in your life. And then what we'll do is, if you have done a circle, we're going to assess these different sectors from a scale from 1 to 10, 10 being most fulfilled and 1 being the least. So you can also do this as a list. You don't have to do it as a circle, but I think using it as a circle is kind of great, because then you can really get this bird's eye view of where the balance is. So I'll read again: community and contribution, purpose and career, health, relationships and love, fun and recreation, family, personal growth, and financial. And I see that on my slide, some of my letters turned, so it's not relationship, S and love. That just is a little typo. So go ahead and assess these different aspects. So we'll take some time. I'll stop talking so you can concentrate. So how is everyone doing? We'll give another like 30 seconds or so. Okay, is everybody good? Thumbs up? Okay, great. So from here, we're going to choose a category that you want to focus on. So whatever category you felt you had like ones and twos and threes in, we're going to focus on that category or one of those categories. So let's see. We're going to be practicing some gratitude around those, around that area. So now that you've identified this sector that you want to add a little more attention to, we're going to see if we can find something in that sector that we can feel grateful for. So this gratitude practice in positive psychology research, gratitude is strongly associated with greater happiness. Gratitude helps people feel more positive emotions, relish good experiences, improve their health, deal with adversity, and build strong relationships. So Melanie Beattie, who is an author, says that gratitude turns what we have into enough and more. It turns denial into acceptance, chaos into order, confusion into clarity. It makes sense of our past, brings peace for today, and creates a vision for tomorrow. So thank you for putting that slide up. So we're just going to put down 10 things that we feel grateful for. And if you don't want to focus on the area that feels that you don't feel as fulfilled in, that's okay. You can just do gratitude about anything that you feel in your life. Another reason to have this gratitude practice, I try to do this every day, that it sort of offsets this thing called the negativity bias. Because as humans, we're hardwired to focus on what's not going right in our lives. It's just it's the hardwired thing in our brains. That negative events have a greater impact on our brains than positive ones. And they think, the neuroscientists think, that it's because it's a way of our brain trying to keep us safe. So you may have heard of the negativity bias. So we need to combat this bias by creating a strong foundation of positive emotions and gratitude. I do this to, I even accentuate it, or I exaggerate these gratitudes to get my vibration feeling good, feeling up. So you could take out your notebooks or paper and write down 10 things that you feel gratitude and appreciation for. Even if you're going through a really difficult time, there's always something that we can feel grateful for. And I know this practice it's just helped me tremendously, especially in those difficult times. And as the Persian proverb goes, I cursed the fact that I had no shoes until I saw a man that had no feet. So let's take a few minutes and do this gratitude practice. Okay, so just another couple seconds. You can always come back to this. I try to do this every day. It really helps, even if it's just 3 things. It's an amazing practice. It just sort of sets you up for the day. So now we're going to practice a meditation. We're going to kind of get in touch with our intention to find what it is. So you can go ahead and find a comfortable seat. You want to be sitting up straight if you can. If not, that's okay. You can lie down or however feels good. Your spine is straight. You're sitting in an office chair. You're welcome to use the back support. Your feet are on the floor. Your legs are uncrossed. And you feel as if you're being pulled toward the sky by the crown of your head. You're welcome to close your eyes. If that feels good. If you're feeling sleepy, you can gaze at a spot on the floor in front of you. Let's take a nice deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. So in through the nose and out through the mouth. Again, in through the nose and out through the mouth. You can see if there's any tension or holding in the body. If you notice any tension or holding in the body, see if you can allow it to release. Allow it to flow out through the soles of your feet. Allowing any tension, holding in the chest, the cheeks, the cheekbones, shoulders, belly. Just see if you can let it release and flow out through the soles of your feet. And begin to shift your awareness to your natural breathing. Noticing the breath as the air as it passes the tip of your nose on its way into your nostrils. Notice how the air fills your lungs, the rise and fall of your belly. No need to manipulate the breath in any way. We're just observing our natural, easy breathing. This is your time to connect with yourself, allowing the breath to connect your body and mind here in the present moment. And if you feel your mind wandering, that's perfectly okay. No need to judge yourself. So in this moment, we're preparing to set an intention for our highest good. And to help us do that, we'll explore these questions. Who am I? What do I want? How can I serve? Who am I? What do I want? How can I serve? We may even say, what is it that wants to emerge through me? What gifts do I have to give? if you're in a particularly difficult and challenging moment in your life, you can also say, what good is here that I cannot presently see right now? What good is here that I cannot presently see? So we'll take a moment to tune in to what you're setting your intention for. And we'll begin to formulate your intention. I desire to we want to begin to focus on not just the intention, not the how, but the feeling, as if you've already accomplished this intention. So, how does it feel? What are you doing? Who's with you? What's happening around you? What are your daily practices? You want to let go of any of the goals or tasks associated with the intention. So all this how will happen on its own. Allowing the emotion to guide you and feeling your emotion as if the intention has already happened. Feel yourself as a magnet, attracting the perfect opportunities and people. You may begin to see some daily practices that you can do to bring your vision into reality. We're going to take the feeling of your intention already being accomplished as you begin to bring your awareness back to your fingers and toes, bringing your awareness back to the room around you. And you can begin to move your body in any way that feels good, rolling your shoulders up and back. Whenever you're ready, if you had your eyes closed, you can gently open your eyes. I like to stretch and smile after meditation. Okay, so I hope that was helpful and that you were able to identify some intentions, connect with some of your inner superpowers. So now we're going to journal about our what happened in our meditation, some of the things that came up. And it doesn't have to be a story, it doesn't have to be perfectly written, it can be a stream of consciousness. But some of the things, this journaling practice is a really great practice to help things stick, you know. So you've spent some time thinking about your intentions. So we want to write down some things like, were you able to discover something? Did something new come? Were you able to identify an intention, and what is that intention? Did you find more clarity around an intention that you already had? What was the area of life that you focused on? Just writing down some of the details of what you experienced during your meditation. And then you can make some notes lightly. It's not something that you have to accomplish, but some notes about some goals or milestones that you want to hit to make your vision come into reality. So it's something like losing weight. I desire to feel great in my body. Then you can sort of put down a couple of little things that you would need to do in order to get to that goal. Intention. You can also write as if it's happening now. It's all happening in the present. It's already happened. You can write a best case scenario. What if everything works together for my good? What does my life look like when I've fulfilled my intention? You want to make it believable. So instead of, an unachievable destination that you don't really believe, you want to make your intention your new reality. So instead of saying, I want to quickly lose 25 pounds, you want to say, I'm going to treat myself to nutritious and organic food because I'm a healthy person and I deserve to feel healthy today. And then you want to just sort of scrub for the words try and but. So you want to avoid saying, I'll try to do this. You want to say, my intention is to invite peace and calm. I'm focusing on the feeling. And you can, take this practice with you. We only have another minute or so left. So I hope that this was helpful and that you're able to identify an intention and maybe even have some of the steps that you need to do to get there. So journaling is a great practice. I created this mindset journal, which is a 5-minute per day journal that you can just answer these simple questions. What's special about today? I feel gratitude and appreciation for. How I'll act with compassion and kindness today. How I will nurture and move my body. What I desire for my future. This makes me smile. Please feel free to email me if you want a list of these things, or if you want to get a journal at mindsetting.com. It's MYNDSETTING. But I can also just send you a PDF of the list as well. So, and yes, and Sonia put that or Jamie put that in the chat. That's also Calm City, so you can find Mindset from Calm City. Anyway, I'll wrap it up. Thank you guys so much for being here. It was really wonderful to guide you through this practice. I hope it was helpful, and have a wonderful, fantastic day. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Kristen. And this is our last event of the day, so feel free to head into our closing where we'll highlight some of this amazing weekend and spend some last special moments together. Yeah, thank you again for attending.